Hi, folks. The 1990s in America, a time before smartphones, before TikTok, before Google was a verb. Kids spent hours outside, malls were the ultimate hangout, and technology was just beginning to shape our world. Today, we're counting down the top 15 things from the 1990s that kids today will never understand. From dial up tones to Saturday morning cartoons, these memories will transport you back to one of the most colorful decades in American history. Dial up internet, that iconic screeching noise as AOL connected, it was your ticket to the World Wide Web. But there was a catch. If someone picked up the phone, you got kicked offline. Families actually argued over whether you could use the internet or make a phone call. Today's Wi-Fi generation, they'll never know the pain. Saturday morning cartoons. The golden ritual, waking up early with a bowl of cereal, glued to shows like Animaniacs, X-Men, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you missed it, there was no replay, no Netflix. Saturday mornings felt like an event kids looked forward to all week. Mixed CDs and cassette tapes. Before Spotify playlists, you poured your soul into creating mixtapes and later, mixed CDs. Recording songs off the radio was an art, timing it perfectly so the DJ didn't talk over the intro. A homemade mix was the ultimate 90s love letter. Payphones. Back then, communication outside the house meant carrying quarters. You'd memorize numbers, step into a phone booth, and hope nobody was hogging it. The idea of just texting didn't exist. You had to track people down the hard way. Blockbuster nights. Friday nights meant a trip to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. Families wandered aisles of VHS tapes, arguing over which movie to rent. And if the new release shelf was empty, too bad. You waited another week. Plus, the dreaded late fees made every return a race against time. Maps and MapQuest. Printouts. Road trips were family adventures and battles. Parents unfolded giant paper maps across dashboards. Later, MapQuest made things easier, but you had to print directions ahead of time. Miss a turn, you were on your own. No recalculating voice to save you. Disposable cameras. Every party and vacation came with a disposable Kodak. You snapped away with no clue how the pictures looked until days or weeks later when they were developed. Sometimes, half the roll was blurry or had someone's thumb over the lens. Still, the excitement of picking up those envelopes was unmatched. TV commercial cliffhangers. Streaming didn't exist. Commercials ruled television. You could be at the most intense moment of a show, only to be interrupted by 5 minutes of cereal ads, toy jingles, and crazy Eddie's furniture sales. Miss a few seconds because your sibling grabbed the remote, gone forever. Tamagotchis. These pocket-sized digital pets ruled elementary schools. You had to feed them, play with them, clean up after them, or they died. Kids carried them everywhere, sneaking peeks during class. Tamagotchis were a crash course in responsibility and heartbreak. Pagers and beepers. Before cell phones, the cool accessory was a pager clipped to your jeans. When it buzzed, you'd find the nearest payphone to call back. Doctors, teens, and even parents used them. The pager going off was a small thrill, even if it was just your mom. Rewinding VHS tapes. Be kind, rewind. Renting movies meant rewinding them before returning. Forget you risked extra fees, and rewinding wasn't fast. You sat there watching the screen spin back. It was a ritual Netflix users today could never imagine. Game Boy with no backlight. Playing Pokemon or Tetris on the Game Boy was legendary, but with no backlight, you had to sit under a lamp or use a clunky worm light accessory. Kids today with bright, high-def screens will never understand the struggle of trying to catch a Pikachu in the dark. Collecting Beanie Babies and Pogs. These weren't just toys, they were investments, or so we thought. Beanie Babies had retirement announcements that drove prices up, and Pogs were traded like gold on playgrounds. Parents swore they'd pay for college one day. Spoiler, most of them are worth pennies now, but the craze was unforgettable. The 1990s in the USA were more than just a decade, they were a lifestyle. From the thrill of rewinding a VHS to the anticipation of Saturday morning cartoons, life moved slower, but it felt richer. We didn't have constant notifications or instant answers. Instead, we had patience, creativity, and a sense of wonder. So what's your favorite 90s memory? Was it Tamagotchis, Blockbuster, or maybe just the mall food court with friends? Drop your answer in the comments below. Let's keep the nostalgia alive. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another trip down memory lane.